Our reporter Wiley Jawhary shadowed agents in the El Centro sector along a well-known path that some migrants die on as they try to come into the country.
Hurry up! O les dejo atrás. I'll leave you behind. Come on!
A smuggler leads the way and treats us how they treat men and women who decide to take the dangerous trek. This smuggler was an actor, treating us exactly how smugglers treat migrants.
We did have a border death less than 24 hours ago. That border death was within just a few miles of where we're standing now.
Chief Bavino says the scorching desert claimed the life of a woman from Ghana on Wednesday. The woman became unresponsive. Border Patrol agents were unable to revive her.
So I need you to be aware of your surroundings, all right? If you see any vehicles, any migra, whatever, let me know, all right? But ultimately, you listen to me. You understand? Okay, vámonos.
Extremely vicious terrain here and intense weather, and obviously the sun hitting off the sand and reflecting makes it that much hotter. And you can hear the smuggler in this simulation telling us to hurry up.
The El Centro sector reported 28 deaths last year across the western desert. One agent says sometimes they're putting their own lives in danger to save others.
Our only way to carry these migrants out is either on our back, piggyback.
The trek proves to be deadly, claiming the lives of men, women, and children yearly. Even I couldn't handle the bone-dry desert and had to call for help when I couldn't keep up with agents.
And just as we were wrapping up this path, I started to feel a little lightheaded, so I needed to make that decision to get some help. Luckily for me, I have that option, but those who are trying to get into the U.S. risk their lives and oftentimes get left behind, and some don't make it.
In severe cases of dehydration, Border Patrol agents administer an IV.
Like if they're in the further stages of dehydration, they can't drink anything. So going through your vein, giving fluids through a vein is going to be the easiest and fastest way to get fluids into their body, to bring their body temperature down and just to get them rehydrated.
Kelly Shepard says with kids, it's even harder, both mentally and physically.
Those are obviously harder because they're smaller and they don't really understand what's going on, because we try to explain to them the process, before we actually stick them with the needle. And a child, especially if they're really small, they're not going to understand.
When I was in Yuma, Arizona, I believe we responded to a drowning of 2 children. Obviously, we did deploy, but as circumstances had it, they were underwater too long.
And last year around this time, 28 deaths on paths like these along the El Centro Border Patrol sector in the western desert. But this year, down to 5 deaths. It just goes to show you U.S. Border Patrol agents doing what they can to keep people safe. Sometimes some don't end up making it. Reporting at the West Desert, I'm Wiley Jawhary.
Thanks.